Welcome back to Move Me to Pittsburgh. Today is July 1st, the 25th episode, Cassie airs?
I believe so. We're right around there. Yeah.
Exciting stuff, exciting stuff.
Yeah.
This is the podcast where we talk about all things Pittsburgh related. That is things we are doing, things going on, news, you name it. This is a podcast, and we are glad that you are listening today.
Yeah. Settle in. We got a great episode today. It is officially summer here in Pittsburgh, and things are heating up, literally heating up. So it is hot. Hot,
95 degrees
hot.
and 90% humidity?
I probably, it feels like it. I do know, yeah, it is. I think the real feel is like 100 today. So it's a rough one.
Yeah. It is nice if you're only going out for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. One thing that I got to be careful of is watch your pets. Watch your pets putting them out today because that is hot, hot, hot.
Yeah. But
I'm loving it. Inside, I'm inside all day.
Really?
When I jump in the vehicle, I got the AC pumping. This is some very important stuff, guys. If you are buying a house or you've purchased a house, make sure that you're paying attention to your air conditioner unit because this type of heat is going to burn it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I went and had a sewer line inspection today on a house, and it was great because that gave us a chance to make sure that it was going to be cold enough in there when it's this hot out. Because it did have some older windows, so we were a little curious, like how that was going to handle everything, but found out the AC works great in that place. So
yeah,
good news for my buyer.
Yeah, I didn't even think of taking it this way, but this does bring up a thought. We have a lot of 2-story and even 3-story houses. And a lot of the times these air conditioning units are on the ground level. They're not on the roofs pushing the air then down. So what that causes is an issue with airflow, getting that air to have a strong flow on that second and third floor, especially that third floor. They do have these tools, which I bought one for $50 off of Amazon that I take around to sometimes some different showings. I'm not a home inspector, so don't expect. I'm not going to show up with a tape measure or anything, guys. That's not my role in this transaction. But I do like to have gadgets, and you can test them right there and see, and it'll like turn it on and it blows out. It's kind of cool. I can't think of what the gadget's called, but I of course had a listing before and ended up having dual agency on it, and the buyer. During the inspection or afterward came through at the final walkthrough. It was a hot day like this, turned the AC on, and it was like still 70, 80, 90 degrees on that third floor. And she said, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I cannot live like this. And that brought up we really got to start checking this stuff. A good home inspector is going to be able to. Greg caught that quick. Greg's our home inspector that we always recommend out. He caught it. But it's things you got to think about, guys, when you are buying a house.
I will say I did not think about that. It was November when we bought our house, and the AC is not near as strong on the second floor, which of course is where the bedrooms are. So we ended up with a window unit up here, but it works out for us. But luckily the bottom floor where we spend most of the day is great. So good. Something I now think about and tell my buyers.
Good stuff. Yeah, and that's something, of course, if anybody has any issues with these air conditioners, hot water tanks, anything like that, of course, you can reach out to us anytime. We do have vetted contractors that we recommend. But, guys, I want to thank you again for tuning in. We typically plug this at the end, but we do appreciate you guys listening. And we would, of course, recommend if you're on YouTube, if you're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, whatever platform you are listening, take just a quick second and leave a 5-star rating. Hit the like button. If you are on YouTube, Cassie does a great job of posting little recaps of the show in the bio on Instagram and on YouTube. You can click the subscribe button. It of course helps boost the show.
Please leave a comment. Tell us anything. let us know you watched it, or let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to hear, or hey, even let us know what we're doing wrong. We'll take it all.
That's right.
We just want to hear
We
from
like
you.
constructive feedback.
Absolutely.
If we need more music, let us know because I think we need more music. But we do have
I
to
do.
watch
Yeah.
with copyright infringement. So,
Yeah.
what kind of music would you play, Cassie? We're thinking up something here.
Yeah. We'll come up with something nice and cozy for our little
I think
podcast.
the Clarks were playing over the past weekend. Maybe that's what we need. The
There
Clarks
you
to
go.
play.
Absolutely.
Oh, good stuff. What do we have going on? What were you up to the past couple weekends?
Uh, well, I was out of state. I went down to North Carolina for a wedding, so I have not gotten to take part of everything that's been going on around Pittsburgh. But I have, during the week, been trying to go to some more cafes or little coffee shops, seeing what all I can find. I went to McCandless the other day and went to Lucky Bug Coffee. And then I also went to Haven Cafe in Bellevue. So I got to try new places that were really nice. They were good.
So McCandless in Bellevue.
Yeah.
Anybody that sees McCandless, I think we actually talked about this on the last episode, but I always laugh when I see that name because I was a cold caller, and I remember calling in an expired one time, and I said, "Hey, you got that house up in McCandles?" And the lady starts laughing. She's, it's like North Versailles when you mispronounce those names from out of
Yeah.
town.
Oh,
But that
yeah.
is McCandless, right?
Yep.
Yep.
As far as I know.
That's just, so that's
No
just
one's ever
north.
corrected me, so.
So that's
Yeah,
just north of the city. That's a nice little
absolutely.
pocket of town.
Yeah,
How about
it is.
Bellevue? That is a nice little section
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
That's
both.
up the Ohio River.
Yep. Right along, keep going up the Ohio River Boulevard and you'll get there. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
They're both not too far from the city. Of course, Bellevue's a lot closer. But I live in the North Hills, so I've been trying to just get out more because I'm so used to going out in the city or like Mount Washington or any other area. So I'm trying to really get to know the littler coffee shops, like the hidden gems up here in the North Hills as well. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know because Google's probably getting tired of me trying to find little coffee shops that I like. So I'm always open to recommendations, but both of these were absolutely fantastic. Lucky Bug, I believe it used to have a different name, something about koala, but it is called Lucky Bug Coffee now, and it's like a house that you just walk up on this little front porch. They have a little seating area on the front porch, and then as soon as you walk through the front door, that's where they have the workers, and that's where they make your coffee and everything. But then they also upstairs have a seating area. They have a seating area in the back of the first level, and then they also have an outdoor out back. So a lot of different areas to check out. Luckily, they weren't busy, so they were totally cool that I was just wandering around with my coffee to kind of scope everything out, see where I wanted to sit. But it was really nice. They have free Wi-Fi, which was cool. So I got to work on our email a little bit while I was there and try a new latte. So they had specials the week I was there. And of course everybody just graduated. So there was one called Congratulations Fiola, I think was the name. But it was delicious. It was like a shortbread latte with strawberry foam and some kind of like jam drizzle and like crunchies on top. But it was
Whoa.
really good. So I was trying to expand and not always get the same thing.
That was Haven Cafe or that was Lucky
That was
Bug?
Lucky Bug. Yeah.
Lucky Bug. Okay.
Yeah. Haven Cafe was a little more, a lot smaller. Very, very nice inside though. You walk in, you have all your little pastries there. I actually tried a bagel. So I did get food this time. I did one of their apple cinnamon bagels and just stuck with my classic vanilla latte. So, but it was good. It was very good.
Yeah. Um, Bellevue, the only one that always comes to my mind is on that main Ohio Boulevard. It's Bean Through. That's the first
Okay.
one I always go through. But you
Okay.
don't really get an experience of getting out of the vehicle,
Yeah.
talking, walking around a brick and mortar restaurant or cafe or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the one that I typically always.
Is that the
It's
one with like the
dangerous. It
little
is dangerous. I'm going to tell you, it's dangerous along Ohio River
people?
Boulevard. That
Yeah, and
place
that
is
place does get busy.
a
If I'm thinking of,
racetrack
yeah.
with businesses all along it, and you have to make
Okay.
quick turns.
Yeah.
If you don't have your GPS on and have it yelling at you, I typically always mute it, and then I'm at the
Yes.
next exit
Same.
and then have to do a U-turn. But
Yeah.
just the last time I was at this beam through, I think I had two people honking at me for no reason. I'm trying to pull in, one's pulling out.
Yeah.
Just
They do because
it's worth the extra stress to get in there
I
and
have
get your
heard
bean to every
fantastic
coffee.
things. Yeah. It's just that little like small wooden little shack thing that
Yeah,
you
it's
just drive
maybe
around,
8 by
right?
8.
Okay. Yeah. Because
I
I
don't
have
think an
never
appraiser
been
would
to
even
it.
consider that a bedroom.
Yeah. I've
It's
never
so
been
small, but
to it,
they do a nice job.
but every time I do pass it, there are cars, and the line gets long enough that they're on Ohio River Boulevard, and I'm like, yeah. So maybe I got to hit it like early enough or late enough that I
Yeah.
can quickly
There's
try it
people that
without.
honk their horns. This isn't New York City, guys. We don't honk
Yep.
our horns here.
Yeah.
If you guys honk too much, any of the locals that are listening, if you honk too much, we're gonna lose that place. They're gonna pull
Yeah.
our occupancy permit,
Yeah.
and they're gonna need a bigger drive-through area.
And
So
it's a 2 lane
relax.
area. Like go
It's
around,
four
or I guess
lanes up
technically
there,
four.
right?
I was thinking like two going one way. So yeah, it's a 4 lane area. So I mean, yeah, just go around, go
People don't
around.
realize, yeah. Lay out, keep chill out.
Yeah, we want these little guys.
I think they actually have a, brick and mortar now somewhere in the city limits. So I don't know
Okay.
for sure. I'm not going to pull it up right now, but keep an eye out for it. I believe they did put
Yeah.
a, brick and mortar in Lawrenceville. Don't quote me.
Okay. I think I did hear
But we
that.
have
Yeah.
some other really big news. Pittsburgh is definitely like a novelty. We love novelties. We love like tradition. We love like kind of how Heinz Field. Uh, we still all call it
uh.
that,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and it really is Acrisure. I mean, we have these goofy. I'm not going to call them goofy, but we have um, attorneys that took away some of our big signs up on Mount Washington when they were legendary.
Yeah.
OG signs up there from local companies, Iron City, Pittsburgh Brewing.
Yeah.
Um, you name it.
Those were
Heinz
nice.
Ketchup left like in 2013, and we're still in love with
Oh yeah.
uh, Heinz Ketchup.
Except
But
you, right? Don't you like
I
hunts?
can't stand it. I like the novelty of it. I like that it started here, but they left and they started putting junk in the
Yeah.
ingredients. They send it overseas and take the junk out, but to the locals, they still have high fructose corn syrup and other garbage in it. I get
Yeah.
it. You can still buy the organic, but they're
More
putting the
organic. Yeah.
organic into a plastic bottle. Keep the
Yeah.
glass. Make it
Yeah.
truly good
True.
for you. But I
I
don't
did
want to go
like the
down that
little.
route. But Cassie, what's going on with this place?
What in the world is happening with Giant Eagle? So, woke up this morning, phone just notifications out the wazoo that something is going on with Giant Eagle. Got my group chat started blowing up. Like, this is big. Apparently, Kroger is buying Giant Eagle in a massive $1.65 billion deal. So, I guess it was speculated, I think like 2 to 3 years ago, that it was in the talks that they might, but it sounds like it is officially happening. Kroger is buying Giant Eagle. Like you said, Giant Eagle is it's your staple here. I mean, it's my favorite place to go. We love it. We love the Fuelperks. It has everything I need. We have our great, great market districts, which I absolutely love. But the good news from what we have heard so far is that you don't want to expect any Giant Eagle signs coming down anytime soon. The company says the store is going to keep the Giant Eagle name. The headquarters is going to stay put while the deal works its way through approval. And so Bill Artman, the CEO of Giant Eagle, like I said he's going to keep the name. They're going to continue to run their Giant Eagle supermarket, the Giant Eagle pharmacy, the market district brands. It's just going to be like as a division of Kroger. He One of the biggest things, like I said, about the fuel perks, everybody is like, now what happens? I've saved all these
Mm.
fuel perks. Are they going to go away? He says they're going to keep them. They're going to explore additional opportunities to expand this, though. So could end up being a good thing, but it just sounds like our Giant Eagle, as we know and love it, is not necessarily leaving as of right now. Just going to be bought out by Kroger.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm not real familiar with Kroger. I've never shopped at one, not that I can
I haven't
think
either.
of. Um, so that's huge. It's great that they're going to be leaving it as a Giant Eagle.
Yeah.
Like I said, Pittsburgh wants that
I hope it
name.
stays. Yeah.
It's one of
Our
those
giant
names
eagle.
that are in the Yinzer vocabulary, the way that they say
Yeah.
it. So that's great. Cassie, you said that you may have read an article. The reason that the prices tend to stay a little bit higher at Giant Eagle is, of course, because of those fuel perks, but also
Yeah.
because everybody that works there is making a living wage. They are union.
Yeah.
They do get paid very well.
Yeah.
So I think they're started
Yeah.
out at like what 22.50 or something for the
Not
low
sure.
end
Yeah. Yeah.
jobs. They're similar to like a
Are
sheets.
paying well.
They
Yeah.
pay them
Yeah.
very very well,
Yeah.
and they give them all kind of good benefits. So they are
Absolutely.
a very good company to work for, as far as what I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one of the
I know a lot of people that work for it and have only ever said great things to say about it. Love the job. Have been there for a long time.
yeah.
So
So Kroger apparently is also a big union outfitter. So that's
yes.
good news. We're keeping keeping these
Yeah.
jobs high. It's
Yeah.
luckily we're not getting like a big, Walmart. I don't want to hit on them too hard, but
Yeah.
they're not going to come in and start slashing
Right.
everybody's benefits and stuff like that. So that's exciting. That's good.
Yeah.
And the Giant Eagle family is about to. I think that's a privately owned company. That's
Yep.
not a public company. So
Yeah.
that's really, really exciting news for a
Yeah.
local
I think,
family to
yeah,
be
like
pulling
near,
in big numbers like that.
absolutely. Yeah. So hopefully everything stays the way, like Mr. Artman is saying that he expects it to stay. So we can keep it. We will definitely keep an eye on it. This is just day one that we have found out about all of this. So we'll have to see what happens. And I feel like it's not going to change too much. Like I said, I live in the North Hills, the one closest to me. They just redid the entire inside and it just giant eagle everywhere. So I feel like they, not going to waste their time doing that if it's going to now be Kroger.
Yeah.
So
Does the one that you go to, is it Giant Eagle Market District?
no,
No.
not
Okay. Yeah, they do
unfortunately
have
not.
different,
I do love those though.
anybody that's from out of state, there's,
Yeah.
coming from a different location.
Yeah.
Not all Giant Eagles are built the same. Some are
Yeah.
just regular, and then they do have a market district, and their market
Yes.
district is
So
unbelievable.
nice. So
Yeah.
nice.
So they typically end up being in like Robinson, I think
Hmm.
Aspinwall,
Yep.
um, some of the bigger locations where they can really expand because they do bring in a better, sometimes a higher quality product in a bigger
Yeah.
line of uh, grocery, I guess. I don't know the
Yeah.
term that I'm looking for.
Right.
Um, but all the market district ones, you can go into it and you can get a hot meal
Oh,
already
everything.
prepared,
Yeah.
already cooked. So
Large cheese sections, large candy
oh
sections,
my
like anything you
God,
can think
yes,
of,
cheese
larger
section
bakeries. Like
is
it's so nice.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
love the videos, like when celebrities will fly into the airport here, of course, like in Robinson, and they'll go to that giant eagle down there and just like take videos. The one that's sticking out is Josh Peck. He was originally started on like Nickelodeon and everything, but I remember he posted like video after video of him being in this giant eagle market district
wow.
and just how huge it was and everything he could want. Like it was awesome. It was cool.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's
they
cool.
are
That
nice.
is
Check them
one
out.
of the largest by square foot on the western side of the state.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Interesting little
I like it.
factoid.
Yeah,
It's
looks
huge.
good.
It's massive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it is July 1st. Like I said, we are coming up on America's 250th birthday. Anything
250th.
exciting going on?
There's a lot. So Pittsburgh's already been going hard for America's 250th. Last week, it seems like the celebrations started. They had I believe it was called the Commonwealth Concert Series. It was at Point State Park. They had Nelly and Third Eye Blind here, which I heard had a good turnout and went really well. Um, as we were just talking about Market Square. I'm totally thinking the wrong thing right now. Market Square has been celebrating all week. Um, they were doing smaller events towards the beginning of the week, like paint and sips. There's a trivia, I think, tonight. There's a live music and a strawberry pretzel eating contest tomorrow, which makes me wonder if this has more to do with like the strawberry pretzel salad we talked about before.
Ah, huh.
And then there's, I think, like a silent disco or something tomorrow, mini golf, and other family friendly activities Friday through Sunday. And of course, the actual 4th of July celebration spans, Point State Park, North Shore, downtown, Mount Washington, all over. They have activities all day long. They are going to bring in live music like the Plain White Tees. So if you know Hey There Delilah, that band. They're going to have local food vendors, family activities. There's a huge marketplace. There's going to be a Ferris wheel. I heard they're going to have an 80-foot hot air balloon and lots of entertainment. So, of course, then at the end of the night is going to be the firework display, which I believe that's around 9:35 p.m. And I had read that USA Today ranked our fireworks celebration number one in the nation.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so they did. This was the USA Today, like the awards that they do, the best ofs. So this one was best of 4th of July celebration. So they had like Washington, D.C., Fort Lauderdale, Austin, Texas, Nashville, Memphis, Bristol, Rhode Island, St. Louis, Philly, San Diego, California came in second, and then number one was Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that.
So, yeah.
I've
So
never really gotten the full experience of
oh,
the
yeah,
firework display because it's something you have to show up early to.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I've done it.
and I went to Mount Washington, and the entire Grandview Avenue, that is the main street
Yeah.
along the top of Mount Washington, probably from where this photo was taken. Well,
Yeah.
no, this would have been West End, where this one was taken from the direction that
Hmm.
um, the fountain is there. But anyway, the entire street was packed to the
Yeah.
nines, and
Yeah.
I could not get a view. I mean, I could see the flashing, but
Hmm.
after a little while, I was just like, okay, it's time to go to Redbeards or something.
Yeah.
At least be early for that.
Right.
So, if
Yeah.
you guys do plan on going to the firework show, do you know
Start
what
your
time?
day
Did you say
early.
what time it started?
Around 9:35.
Yeah, so I would tell you probably to get there at like
Yeah. I
8:45.
mean, yeah. Yeah.
Seriously.
I've done it different. Surprise! I actually have done something downtown for a big celebration. I went one year. I actually was at the casino with some friends, which is right there where it is. So there's a casino and the science center have good views. So I know like the science center is also having tickets that they sell. They're going to include like a reserved viewing area for the show. There's like a movie in their like giant or Rango's Giant Theater, I think, or Giant Cinema is what it's called, which is cool. I did go to there once. And then they're going to have like a 4th of July show in their planetarium, live entertainment. There's going to be like a cash bar, and then their 4 floors of exhibits. But so another place you want to think about. But like I said, I started that direction once and kind of snuck my way out at the end, and luckily was able to get a little bit of a view. There was only like one or two of us, so we just kind of pushed our way through a little bit. But saw it there once, and then the next year I actually had a group of friends who were boating all day and just happened to text me, and I was nearby where they were about to dock for a little bit, hopped on their boat, and I watched it from the boat. So that was also really
Wow.
cool. But
Wow.
boats galore, like so many. It's a neat thing to see. But yeah, it's definitely a very crowded thing. So but it was neat. Worth it. But and then last year I did not. I stayed home actually for the 4th. It was the first year that I did not live in the craziness of it all. So, but I went out on my back deck and I could actually see a decent amount of like the tops of a lot of it. So, and it was cool because you can see. So from my back deck, I can see like Mount Washington, where the big sign is now that you were saying changed. I can see that from my back deck. A very small sliver of the skyline, and then you can see all the way out. Like I can see like the directions the planes go. So I don't know exactly how far I can see, but I know that I can see down towards like Robinson and everything. So it's neat that there were, I think, 5 different areas that had fireworks going off along that horizon that I could see. So it was neat. But so I feel like there's different places you can go. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
lots of
funny that you mentioned just briefly on how far you can see, because this was something that I actually asked Alexa the other day,
okay.
um, because apparently the human eye can see about 40 to 50 miles, but in Pennsylvania, because of the Appalachian Mountains, we can see about 3 miles.
Yeah,
So for her to say that she can see all the way to Mount Washington from up
yeah,
there is pretty impressive.
yeah, yeah,
That shows you how hilly it is
yeah.
up
And
your
I
direction in the
don't
North Hills.
live. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we are definitely on the North Hills, but and I don't live on a house that like I have to walk up a bunch of steps. So like we're even like street level, everything. It's great. So it was really neat. I was not expecting to be able to see all of that, but it
Yeah.
was cool. And
Oh,
I
that's
also
awesome.
know, like I said, the boating. If you don't have a friend with a boat, Venture Outdoors is doing a nighttime kayak paddle
Oh,
that
wow.
you can rent a kayak through them or hook up with them and then go out and watch them along the boats.
Hmm.
So something else. And the Gateway Clipper, of course, always does something for the 4th of July as well.
Interesting. Could you
Yeah.
tell a difference from the booms and the bangs from being on the water that time you were on the boat? Were you able to notice a difference?
I don't remember.
Not really. No.
No,
Interesting.
I don't remember.
So I
There
wasn't a big
was
fan
also a
of
lot of like, yeah, I mean, there was so many people too, just like chatting and,
yeah,
but
yeah,
well,
yeah.
actually, I guess the first time that I did watch it when I came out of the casino, we sat right along the water.
Hmm.
So we got down and so I mean, I was near the water both times,
Yeah. Okay.
but
Interesting stuff.
yeah.
Pittsburgh Penguins is under some new ownership.
They are. Yeah. Love the Penguins. We're really hoping they're finally made it to the playoffs this year, but not didn't go very far. So we're hoping some big changes. But now we officially have new owners. They have approved the NHL, sorry, not the NFL. NHL has approved the sale of the team to the Hoffman family of companies. We were with Fenway Sports Group, but they are now with Hoffman family. So the Hoffman family is actually a family-owned company with investments that's all over the world. They're no strangers to hockey. They actually own the Florida Everblades. This is the ECHL team, so lower. They understand the sport, what it takes to run a successful organization. The Everblades have won 4 out of the last 5, I believe, Kelly Cup titles, so they're doing well. And now, because of that success, they are hoping that they can realign the Penguins with that ECHL affiliate. Right now, they're with the Wheeling Nailers, I think it is. And then, of course, above that, the AHL is the Wilkes-Barre Scranton, which the Penguins own. So they were hoping that they can have all three together, that they can kind of create a more unified team and winning philosophy for the prospects that will hopefully just go through the pipeline. But yeah, they are a lot of people worried, like you were saying. You hear change, everybody starts panicking that things are going to just blow up. There have been talks in the past about the Penguins like moving. Everybody was now nervous. Are they going to make them go to Florida or anything? But the Hoffman family has emphasized big time they are in a long-term commitment to Pittsburgh. They have a big desire to be active in the community, and they plan to give front office resources needed to build the winning team. And then, of course, Mario Lemieux. Everybody kind of know, or I guess if you know hockey, you know that he's kind of been a lot quieter lately, since I think the Fenway Sports Group took over a few years ago. But the Hoffman family have met with him multiple times. They said they would love to welcome him with open arms. They say he's as good as described and advertised. So they really want him to be part of the Penguins in whatever way makes sense for him. So I think it's going to be good news moving forward. We love that they're coming in, keeping the Penguins as they are, just hopefully building into something that hopefully we get our winning team back. But
Yeah, good stuff. Briefly,
yeah.
I did see they also wanted to take a little bit of uh, responsibility for helping rebuild the Hill District. They want
Yeah.
to build a hotel
Yep.
along next to the arena there.
Hmm.
So we'll see. how that ends
Yeah,
up turning out. That could be some exciting
that'd be
stuff.
interesting. Yeah, we
Right
just
now, it's
have that.
yeah, a
Good.
lot of parking lots right now, so we can
Yeah,
see if some things can get built up there
yeah,
rather quickly.
yeah. And we did just get that new music venue that's supposed to open in October, right around there. So that would be something else right in that area that will also help build it up. Also give
Yeah,
somebody, if you come to travel in if you go to any shows there, another place to stay. So I think it'll be good. They also want to modernize the arena and make some changes. Nothing, I don't think it's anything too crazy. But of course, it'll take a little bit of time for all of this to get settled and started. But I'm hopeful that this means some good things, and I think it'll be good for the area.
yeah. Uh, there was an article in the with WTAE over this past week. I think it actually came out on Sunday. There was
Hmm.
an article in there about how have rising living standards pushed marriage out of reach. And I thought this was an interesting article because it gets into the cost of living, the cost of housing, um, young couples in these bigger cities like Seattle, LA, New York City. They just can't afford to live. And this brings out the idea. Again, an article that came out last week. Pittsburgh is still one of those cities that you can buy for less than what rent is.
Yeah.
This article continues to go on how younger couples are waiting till they have everything figured out to then get married. Where back in the
Hmm.
70s, it was a little bit different. That marriage
Yeah.
was the beginning, and then
First.
figuring it out was
Yeah.
after. Um, so it's a really cool article. It talks about how young married couples and anybody that watches the show that's considering selling or making a move to Pittsburgh, these
Yeah.
sort of things are quite interesting in regards to younger couples. They want ACs, they want brand new kitchen appliances, they want the tricked
Yeah.
out bathrooms with the
Yeah.
tubs and the amenities like a pool and the rooftops
Looking
and
for a lot more
the
modern
beer
now.
gardens and things like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, we're continuing to compete against these rentals. Anybody that does have a property that they're selling or anybody that's moving here and just wants to rent, over in Bakery Square, they did get approved for that 200 unit apartment
Okay.
complex that we were talking
Yeah.
about last episode. So these things are happening. You can, of course, those units are not going to be affordable in any way in regards to what other older stock here in Pittsburgh
Yeah.
go for. But these are things you have to think about if you are moving to the city of Pittsburgh. We still are one of the cheapest markets in the entire country. The rental portfolio, of course, is continuing to rise and is very quickly rising. But you guys can get a pretty decent house still for under $200,000
Yeah. Absolutely.
and have the ability to fix it up when you're ready to fix it up, one
Yeah.
small step at a time.
Right.
Or if you are coming from one of those bigger metro cities and you have deeper pockets, you can buy some really nice real estate here for
Oh yeah.
under $1 million compared to some of these
Awesome.
bigger cities. So
Absolutely.
keep these things in
Yeah.
mind. If anybody does have any questions at any time about the market and comparing different pricing and affordability and lifestyle, reach out to us. We can
Yeah.
certainly help you with that, even if you are 6 months or a year out in advance. You guys, if you're already looking, start now,
Yeah.
even for
Get
next
started.
year.
Yeah. Get an idea of what you can. I always say, like, once you start, you get the better idea of what you can be comfortable with. What all's out there. Because I know when I started this, or even when I was looking for my own house, like I changed so much of, like, my criteria was so much different than what my buyers were. So like I didn't always realize everything that was out there in that specific criteria. So get out there, just get an idea of what's going on, get started. Don't have to
Yeah.
rent forever.
Yeah, and we're certainly not, we're not agents that try to push you to purchasing a house before you're ready. I would suggest going and looking around at some of these different apartment complexes.
Yeah.
Obviously, the city is pushing heavily on getting some of these older um, office spaces downtown and turning them into condos and turning them
Yeah.
into apartment complexes. A lot of them, hopefully, look, if there's more competition, that should bring the prices down. So let's
Yeah.
hope that they continue to build more units, and let's hope that other buyers, other developers are buying up these units. If they're all owned by one specific developer or one private
Hmm.
equity group, then they have a lock on all the prices. So
Right.
when you talk about the city, you got to think, let's bring in some out of state large pocket investors so that
Yeah.
not one group owns all the units, right?
Yeah. We want
So
options.
yeah, you got to have competition. It'll bring the prices
Yeah.
down. But if you are going to purchase, you definitely want to start looking at these homes now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Finally, this is going to be a very, very difficult month of July if you live in the east side of the city, Monroeville, Murraysville, anywhere out that direction. Uh,
Yes.
Almost 30 days, one of the biggest
Oh,
arteries
no.
in the area is going to be shutting down. I don't know the science behind it, but they are going to slowly pull a
Yeah.
bridge into a specific location on a
Yeah.
track. I would imagine they're going to blow the old one up. They're going to clean it up, then they'll slide it in. That will be pretty cool.
It'll
I'm
be neat to
excited to
see.
see what
Yeah.
kind of drone shots they get of that explosion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
They've just been building the bridge right alongside the
yeah,
one or going through
yeah,
right now. And then, yeah, they're just going to scoot
they're
it over.
going to
I
slide
did
it.
read like an article about how like they've done it in the past, and yeah, I feel like I want to see it. It made no
Yeah,
sense to me how they can just
pick a
shift all
bridge
that
up.
weight over.
Yeah,
But
that's very cool. I somebody can explain it. That is, I'll be excited to see those videos. But unfortunately, I do live in the East Hills, so we'll see what happens. We're gonna have to take
yeah,
28. We're really going to be testing the locals' patience here in the next month. It's really a
yeah,
month. I'm not exaggerating. It is
yeah,
1 month that the
yeah,
Squirrel Hill tunnels will be shut down.
yeah.
I think they
There's
estimated
even
a
there's
million.
even signs going north that have talks about it. Like you're not even heading towards that direction, and there's signs everywhere letting you know the dates that it'll be closed and
Yeah.
that you're gonna have to find alternate routes. But yeah, it'll be interesting.
I think I saw an article about it was almost a million people that are going to be disrupted every single day from this being
Wow.
shut down. Then they're going to be pushed to Route 28. So it'll be exciting times.
Yeah,
Looking
that does.
forward to it.
Yeah,
Make sure that you
yeah.
guys have full gas in
There
your
you go.
vehicles. Don't be
Don't get
driving
stuck.
around with a quarter tank.
Yeah.
It's going to
Don't be like
probably
me.
feel like we're in LA or something with the traffic
Yeah.
over the next couple
That'll be
weeks.
interesting. Yeah. Especially with, the out of towners coming in for like Pirates games and everything. Like it's Picklesburg and everything. Like there's going to be
Yeah.
so many people traveling in. Like those are the ones that are going to make me a little nervous that they might struggle to get here. But
Yeah. If anybody
hopefully
is
they,
traveling, I would definitely recommend to try to stay closer to either downtown or uh,
yeah.
towards the airport.
Yeah.
What's going to end up happening is they're going to lower the prices of all the hotels on the east side, and anybody that doesn't know that that's going to be shut down, that's where
Take them.
anybody that's not from here is going to get hit really hard because
Right.
you're going to
Yeah.
see $50, $75 nights in Monroeville, Murraysville, etc. on those hotel prices,
Yeah.
and then they're not going to tell you that you are stuck paying $150, $200 Uber or Lyft rides to get
Yeah.
downtown. It's
Yeah.
exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So plan your trip smart. Make sure your gas
Yeah.
tank is full because you don't want to be out walking in 100-degree temperatures.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And hey,
Absolutely.
Pittsburgh, we love it. We're very nice, but everybody is. If you're out there holding a thumb up, I don't think that you're going to get picked up.
Probably
I
not.
really just don't think
Probably
so.
not.
So you're
Yeah.
going to make sure your phone's charged as well because you'll be calling
Absolutely.
an Uber if you break
Yep.
down.
That does,
Oh,
talking about the bridge or the tunnels though, that does actually make me think. When I talk to a lot of people who are from out of state that have visited Pittsburgh, especially, of course, those on the east side, that's one of the things they think of. Like, of course, we think through think of the Fort Pitt Tunnel where you come through, you see the beautiful skyline, but everybody always hears the Squirrel Hill tunnels and how like traffic gets backed up and everything. That is true, and especially if you live on that side. But I was actually just talking today before we started recording, and I said I think it's been over a month since I have gone through the Squirrel Hill tunnels. So just because you live in Pittsburgh does not mean that you have to travel through all these tunnels, every single bridge, stuff like that. But because I know a lot of out of state buyers even will just be like, oh, I don't know, I've heard about these tunnels or I've heard about these bridges, and it can be hard. You might not have, you'll eventually go over a bridge, of course. Like I go over bridges every day, but you don't always hit the big ones, or you're not always sitting in traffic. It's not what people post online about. Of course, we always see the quickly merged coming out of the Fort Pitt Tunnel when you have to choose your lane real quick. Just go with the flow. It's pretty easy. But no, you can definitely find and very easily live in the city of Pittsburgh and not deal with all of that. So we can help you choose locations. If your job is in a specific location, we can help you look around and see so you can avoid going through the Squirrel Hill Tunnel if you want, or the Fort Pitt Tunnel or anything like that. So there's definitely many options around here.
That's right.
Yeah.
And even though you do have to sometimes cross 3-4 lanes of traffic to hit your exit, hey, the car insurance prices are relatively fair.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. They say
Yeah.
that they're some of the highest in the country, but they're pretty fair.
I'm pretty happy with mine.
On that note, our final story, I believe, Freedom Farms Berry Festival. I went to that last weekend.
Okay.
Berry Festival. It's one weekend every summer.
How was it?
Unbelievably nice up there. It is so nice. They have so many like exhibits. If you have kids, unbelievable. It's probably one of the best places that you could go with kids. It's so crafted for that specific group, like people with kids.
Okay.
They had like corn mazes. They had things like the big corrugated pipe, like that you can climb through with hay bales stacked all around it. They had a hay ride. They had actually really good food. Of course, the vegetables and everything for your hamburgers, let's say, are grown there on the site.
Yeah.
The people that own it, the family, they're all like super young. I was surprised. We pulled in. There was this big muscular dude with a mullet, with a cutoff shirt on, and he's got this. He's on this massive horse. I don't know. It was probably the biggest horse they have, and he's there waving his wand to having us park. It was like we were like in an amusement park.
Very cool.
Here comes this little kid. It's obviously same haircut. So we're like, oh, that's his son there.
It's gotta be his kid,
helping him.
Aww.
It was all family that's running this entire
Very
operation.
Neat.
It was just really unbelievably nice. We sat on the hay ride that goes around this place. Sat on it twice. We just the lady kept saying, "You guys staying on?" We're staying on. So
we're just here for the long haul.
They have concrete paths. Like if you're an older and you got a cane or you're disabled, they have this place tricked out to the nines. They do have a venue there if you were to get married in the place. They had it where you could get food there and then take it over to this like place that you could sit. They said they had 50 vendors. I'm thinking they had more like 20, 25.
Okay.
But they do a fantastic job. I think the next one coming up is some sort of flower show. If anybody sees that, it's at Freedom Farms. You definitely, I would put that on your schedule if you don't have anything going on. And especially people that are coming from bigger cities, I think this is something good, especially for the kids to get out and feel a little bit of the nature. Even though it was called a berry festival, you weren't able to go to the berry trees. You weren't able to pick the cherries or anything like that. But the overall experience was very, very well, very good.
Okay. Was that in the email last week?
And that is, sorry?
I said, was that in the email last week? I think I remember seeing it. I probably put it in there.
I hope so. It was.
I need to start going. You do such a good job going to these events that I post on there, and I'm just always out of state now.
Yes. If anybody doesn't know, Cassie is the what do you call that? What's your title?
I
She's
don't
our
know. I do need a nice little title. Yeah,
yeah. I think
I
she's like our
every
marketing
week sit
director.
down and come up with 4 events every Friday, Saturday, Sunday that you can go to. What's going on around the city? A little bit of real estate. There's a trivia question every week, and
Yeah.
yeah, I do. Every week.
But Freedom, I think, oh, it was
Okay.
Valencia. So
Okay.
anybody
I
that's
was gonna say,
looking,
where is that one again?
yeah, so it's in Valencia. It's in Butler County. It's about 45 minutes to an hour
Yep.
up north if you're heading north. So if anybody does want to keep maybe they're done with the cities and they want something,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's amazing as far as you can go 45 minutes any direction and you are in the country. Now
Yeah.
you're not in, Evansburg or Carrolltown or, you know,
Yeah.
where Cassie, is from type country, but you're relatively in the country. You are
Yeah.
surrounded by trees, farmland,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and that's only
Neighbors aren't
45.
right up against you. Yeah, you got a
Yeah.
lot more
And that's only
acreage.
45 minutes out of the city.
Yeah. And
Your
it's pretty
taxes, of
easy
course, are a
to
lot
get to as
cheaper in
well.
Butler County. Sorry?
Yeah. I said it's pretty easy to get to as well. Like
Yeah, it's all
I
straight
just drove
stretches.
up to Butler yesterday and it was I mean, yeah, like you said it was 45 minutes from where I was, but it was a very easy drive.
Yeah.
So you can
In
get in
that
and out of the city
direction
easily.
is a lot more comfortable than driving up Ohio River Boulevard.
Yeah. And you're
Uh,
passing like, I went through like Cranberry, I went through Mars, like I went through all of that where there was so much that if I wanted to, like could have stopped and looked at. I passed a lot of flower shops, a lot of, things like
yeah, a
all
lot of
sorts of things like
greenhouses.
greenhouses. That's what I meant.
Hmm. Yeah. So
We're switching roles here.
it's definitely that's
Yeah.
north suburbs. If anybody is looking, that's somewhere that I would definitely put on your list of places.
Yeah.
When you have such great establishments like this, it
Yeah.
really brings up the value of everybody's homes
Yeah.
around you. So it's only
And that's really
45 minutes
nice.
from the city.
Yeah. It's really nice to hear too, because I mean, I do see that the events go on at like Freedom Farms, Trax Farms, some of the other ones I can't think of off the top of my head, Triple B. Um,
Right.
but a lot of times people don't really think of those until fall because you want to go to the pumpkin patch. You want to go, like you said, the hay rides. Like I didn't realize that they did those the whole way through the year. So it is neat that they do. I have gone to like one of the flower picking ones, I think like towards the end of summer once. But it is really nice to see that they do things all year long, that different activities and stuff to get everybody going. And yeah, you don't have
Yeah,
to wait till the fall rush when everybody's there.
that's right.
But
That's right. And
yeah.
it was still packed. Don't get like
Yeah, oh,
rushed.
I'm
There were
sure. Yeah.
probably 500
Yeah.
people there.
Yeah.
It was huge. And by corn maze, I don't mean like they grew corn. They had corn, like
Kernels.
corn, little corn things in this
Kernels.
big pit, like a sand pit. But instead of it being
Okay.
sand, it was corn. And I'm talking they had a half an
Mm.
acre of a corn pit, and then in the corn pit they had like little mazes that out of the corrugated pipe, like if you like were digging a ditch a drain or
Yeah.
something. And then the kids were, and it was covered, so if it did start to rain, and then they had
Oh,
like
cool.
glass, like rubber plexiglass, like as
Yeah.
windows, so you either felt like you were at Slinky Action Zone or like at the zoo, and you could watch your kids out in the pit. It was really cool.
Okay. Very
Yeah, if you
cool.
got kids, this is a place to go
Yeah. It's a place
for
to
sure.
be.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So we had
Love it.
just briefly on it. They had like live music under a pavilion. The
Hmm.
guy was incredibly good. That's about it that I got to say on it.
No,
I
it all
loved
sounds
it.
great.
I'll go again
Yeah.
next year.
I'm
Probably
adding
going
it
to
to
go
my
back out
list.
in the fall, like you said.
Yeah.
Berries, though, I don't know if they were if they were on that section. We paid $8 for raspberries on a small little
Hmm.
container.
Wow.
So hopefully they were picked there. I would have liked to have picked them myself, but at least
Yeah.
they were washed and we were able to eat them on the way
Oh,
home. One
that's
time I
good.
picked cherries off of a tree back in Cambria County, and I guess they spray them for whatever to keep the things
Oh,
off. And you
yeah.
cannot eat cherries directly off the tree. You have to
Yeah.
clean them, and that's all the farther I'm going with it. On that
Yeah.
note, I think that's it.
That's it. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Yep. Thanks for hanging out again. This is Move Me to Pittsburgh. This is our 25th or 26th episode. I feel terrible that I don't know exactly what the number is,
Get to it.
Cassie will put it in the show notes.
Absolutely.
If you guys
I want to
keep
say it's
track.
26.
But we'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
We do apologize. We missed last week. So we'll get you back. We'll get you another one. We'll talk about something next week again. Thanks again for tuning in. This is the Move Me to Pittsburgh podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a great week.
And hey, if you like the show, again, hit that subscribe button, like the show, and we'll see you again next time.